But in the final hours, the U.S. Supreme Court and Governor Gary Herbert denied requests to intervene. Our Fields Moseley is at the Utah State Prison this morning after witnessing that execution. And Fields, did the victims' family members also watch last night?
There were 3 family members of victims who were there to witness this execution, and Ronnie Lee Gardner, he had the option of filling 5 of the seats, but he told his family and his friends he didn't want them there to see him die. Now, we are told that the warden had a private conversation with Gardner as they walked toward the execution chamber. Once there, he was strapped into the chair. They pulled back the curtains, and we were able to see what happened over the next few minutes.
Mr. Gardner was pronounced dead at 12:17 this morning.
Ronnie Lee Gardner sat in this chair, his head held up by a black strap across his forehead. Warden Steve Turley approached him with a microphone in his hand.
Warden Turley asked Mr. Gardner if he had any thoughts or feelings to express, to which Mr. Gardner replied, "I do not."
The warden then took a black hood and covered Gardner's head before leaving the room. Within a minute, 2 booming reports came from the .30-30 Winchester rifles being aimed through these 2 slots in the opposite wall. We could not hear the countdown nor see the guns, so the noise caught us off guard and the target on his chest tore open. There were also 2 smaller holes in that target.
But then when he was shot, it clenched into a fist. And his thumb continued to move, and his arm twice moved up.
All the witnesses saw his left hand clearly clench, then release. But in a matter of 10 or 20 seconds, it clenched again, and Gardner's arm moved.
I think most of us were startled to see the movement.
A doctor examined Gardner 2 minutes after the shots were fired and pronounced him dead. We were allowed into the chamber and saw that all 4 bullets passed through his body and tore into the wood behind the metal chair. It was sobering to watch as an observer, and undoubtedly more difficult for those who had to carry it out.
It's been a balancing act of being sensitive to the families that have lost loved ones and to the family that lost a loved one tonight.
The past 24 hours here at the Utah State Prison, extremely intense emotionally. You heard it in the voices there of the executive director, Tom Patterson. Security very high here. The prison on lockdown until that execution was complete. Ron and Mary, back to you.